Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is 1 p.m. here in Crystal Lake, Illinois. It means it's time for another live stream today. I said that funny. Live stream. Today is. Am I wearing the shirt backwards? I feel like I'm put the shirt on backwards. No, no, the shirt's on the right way. All right. Today is Friday, September 8th, 2023, and I am very distractible today. Today's a weird day for me because I didn't go on my run yet. Normally, by this point, I've already gone on a run and hopefully sometimes 50-50. I've taken a shower by now and eaten lunch, but trying to get out that UTMB video, the Chamonix video. I think it's done. I'm doing my final pass through. It's really fun, guys. I think you guys are going to like it, but like I'm all off time-wise. So, just trying to catch up. It's only Friday, but let's say hi to everyone listening on the podcast on the audio only version. Hopefully you guys have already gone I guess you're on your run right now. Hopefully you're having a good one, and hopefully it's at your normal, usual time and you're having a nice and productive day. And for everyone else watching this later but not live, hopefully you've had a really productive day, because this is the number one running podcast to listen to while you're being productive doing something else. Maybe you're working. Probably you're working. Maybe you're cleaning up after dinner. Those are kind of like my two favorite ways to listen to podcasts and stuff like that. So hopefully you're enjoying it. All right, let's see who we got here in the chat. We've got Runner Will says, "Happy Friday, everyone. Feels like you're breathing through a wet blanket outside in New York today." Oh man, you must be getting a lot of that humidity. Here, things were chilly. Yesterday, I wore long pants. I might be wearing the same pants currently. And a light jacket, like a rain layer for the meet. My daughter had a cross country meet. Went really well. She's in middle school, and she did have a PR. Although I tried to let her know that PRs don't matter in cross country. But she's young, so she's in junior high, so she's still figuring all that out. And I kind of have suggested, maybe we need to start thinking about racing, figure out who the other girls are out there, and start competing and not just worrying about time. And also, having fun and all that stuff too. But yeah, I was wearing long layers at the cross country meet yesterday. My daughter came in second on the team, 5th overall. I was really surprised, very surprised. But that's where she's been. She ran all summer. We did a lot of easy running together. So, I'm glad it, sometimes the running doesn't pay off in the way you want it to. And it's right now, so far, it seems to be for her. And most importantly, she seems to be having a lot of fun. All right. Let's see. We got Mark Peterson. He says, "I hate it when I miss a live stream," which he did yesterday, and I'm watching it later and I get the urge to comment on something and remember that it's not live and no one will see it. That's probably pretty true. I do check in on the comments on later but not live every once in a while, but I don't do it it's like low on my list of priorities. Like priority number one is usually like YouTube regular channel comments, then it's Instagram comments, and then after that I'm pretty much, my patience is spent on looking at comments, because hearing comments from you guys is great, but there's also a lot of not negative ones, but like contrarian ones, moany ones. People are moaning a lot in a lot of suggestion box ones, a lot of customer service type of things, that I'm the only one here. So like I become the suggestion box or the customer service helpline for a lot of people. So I can only handle that so much a lot of the time. And then maybe I get to threads these days. And then if I can remember, then I'll get to the comments on the Kofuzi Run Club channel. So I apologize. I should make that. I should bump that up. I should bump that up before threads, probably. Yeah. Calvin Huang says, "Runnerbox seems like another in a long line of subscription themed goods, but I'll try and keep an open mind to see if this is really good for runners." I kind of agree with you on that one, Calvin. I see a lot of subscription services come through, and I know that I'm not the target customer for it because I have a lot of running things here. But I always try to look at like runner subscription boxes as typically I feel like they're good gifts. Like if your spouse just started running and you don't know what to get your spouse yet, and your spouse doesn't even know what they need yet in terms of like the next fun running thing to get, I feel like that's where these kinds of things come in handy. And originally when Runnerbox reached out to me, and I always want to say Run Your Box because it's Enyes, it looks like on top here. But Runnerbox reached out. They were like, "Hey, we'd love to work with you on like a holiday promotion." And I'm like, I'm not really into that. But if you want to just send me a box, I'll unbox it. on the live stream and we could see what's inside. And they're like, okay, we'll send you one, but it's not going to be holiday themed. And I'm like, even better. So we'll see what this is in just a second. But yeah, I think for maybe you, Calvin, for me, I'm not the target audience, but like maybe I'll get one for my mother-in-law. She's doing some run walking. She's been getting really into it. I feel like this could be nice because if I started, I buy stuff for my. I hope she's not listening today. She listens every once in a while, but I buy stuff for my mother-in-law every once in a while, typically shoes and things like that. And I just say that like a brand sent it to me or a brand asked me if I had a woman that I would want to give some shoes to because they send me a lot of men's shoes. And so I like say that a brand, air quotes, sent me stuff and I just picked your size because I already gave some to my wife, So I just make it up whenever I buy her stuff. But I feel like this, like a subscription would be a nice way for her to experience some runner things that she would feel bad if I bought them for her. Not embarrassed, but like, you know how Midwesterners are. We don't like it when you buy stuff for us. All right, Eric's here. Finally here after a week on the road with students in New Mexico. Hope you're all well. What else is going on? Eric, I feel like you and I, we have a lot to catch up on. Oh man, it's good to have you back. All right, Mark's got a running question though. He says, I'm running the City of Lakes half marathon Sunday, 8 weeks prior to New York City. Not sure how fast I should try to run. Goal marathon pace or give a PR and a half a go, somewhere in between. Mark, I think that depends on where you are fitness wise. If you think you're in half marathon fitness, then I would say go for it. Because 8 weeks, that's plenty of time. That's a really good time to then shift from half marathon training to marathon training. But I feel like if this is just 8 weeks out because you want to do this race, and it's on your calendar and you're doing it for fun, and you also have New York, I think that 13 miles at marathon pace would be really, really good workout. Especially if it's goal marathon pace. Like for me, 8 weeks out from a marathon, I'm not anywhere near goal marathon pace. So 13 miles of goal marathon pace will be really hard for me to do it right now. Ooh. Especially like goal marathon pace for me right now. I don't know that I could do 5. So I think that I would go with a marathon effort. Unless I don't know where your fitness is, but I'm guessing with you got the new baby at home. I'm thinking I don't know how much. Are you going to be in a half marathon here? I'm not saying you can't be, but I'm saying maybe not. But yeah, have fun though. Let it rip. I'd say either way. We got Lalo P saying, "Yo, what's going on?" Just Jay says, "Running my first half marathon in 2 days. Any quick tips?" Yeah, I would say take it easy in the first 5K. You're going to be so excited. You're going to feel so good. Take it easy in the first 5K. Then see where you feel about 5K in and go from there. And if I can give 2 quick tips, stay hydrated. Stay topped up on the fuel early. Don't wait till the end. Matthias Ventos is with me. He says, start slow. See, I think so. Stephen Lung said I had the day off today and watch a ton of Chicago videos to get ready for the marathon in 4 weeks. Woo! Man. All right. I just talked to ASICS yesterday, or they emailed me yesterday. And they have finalized a contract. So Pizza Shakeout is locked in. As far as I know. They said they were going to sign in the contract for the pizza. So, we've been talking about it already, but like we'll get specific final details out soon. We'll have to do like a RSVP thing because we're going to have so many spaces, only so many t-shirts. We want to make sure that everyone that RSVPs is able to go and not RSVP and then not go and then prevent other people from going. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Going with Oliver says, currently in Crystal Lake, it's 67 degrees versus City, Arlington, 106 degrees. That seems imaginary, but man, Oliver, thoughts and prayers. That's so hot. Yeah, it's nice and balmy here. All for the next week, it's supposed to be balmy. Yesterday, after my daughter finished racing, she was really excited. She says, I love racing in this weather because she's been running with me all summer long. So she was like, yeah, I'm like, yes, this is good racing weather. I was like, wait till it gets colder. She's like, I like it now. I'm like, you'll like it more soon. But we'll see. WK says, "Yo, Kofuzu, what's up? All the way from Malaysia. Let us know if you'll be coming around this side of the world. I will very much let you guys know. I get a lot of requests for Southeast Asia. I would love. I just don't know how to make that work. One, like I'm terrible with hot weather. I just melt, and but I do want to go down there. And I see you guys. I see you guys in the comments. I see you guys in the live streams. So like, I definitely want to hang out. But I'm like, is there a race that I can go over there for? Is there an event? Like, I'm trying to figure out like, how do we make the travel work out? So I got to figure that out. All right, let me scroll down a little bit. Manuel Sen EF says, "Is the Boston 12 review canceled?" No, I'm ready to do it. I just have a lot of backlogs. So before I left for Budapest and Chamonix, I shot ahead of time before I left the Adizero SL review and the Super Comp Trainer 2 review. I edited those and published those while I was in Budapest and Chamonix. I also had to make a Budapest video because I was in Budapest. And you have to do that relatively soon because like no one like I'm all tracked out at this point. Like there was 2 Diamond League meets and I just couldn't care less. Zurich and then the one in China, and I was just like, whatever. I've watched a lot of track. I'm good for a little bit. So you have to have there's some urgency to it. And the same thing with the UTMB one from Chamonix. I'm trying to get that one out today. And then I also have a Coros Pace 3 video that I need to make, a DJI Osmo Action 4 video that I need to make. I'd have enough running in the Boston 12 to make the review. I just have to shoot the talking part and then edit it. And then I also have Solomon S Lab that is also in. That might come out before the Boston 12 video because I just did an Adidas shoe. And then also I should be getting the Prime X Strong 2, and I'd rather prioritize that if that comes in, but we'll see. So like the Boston 12 is kind of like, I wasn't super excited to run in that shoe. I bought that one myself because you guys kept asking me to review it. And I don't think that I was wrong about it. So I'm not super excited to get that video out, but it's one of those things I kind of have it in my back pocket and I'm going to use it as a little bit of a place filler for next trip. My next trip is going to be in 3 weeks. So I'll probably have it come out for that sometime towards the end of this month. So that's kind of where it's coming out. There's just a lot of other stuff. There's a new GoPro that should be arriving soon. Although that video, I'll probably take the GoPro with me to Italy, and then that'll be the GoPro review. So that won't come before the Boston 12. But there's just a lot of stuff that's all hitting at once, and so it's low on the priority list for me. But it's ready. I'm ready to shoot it, but I've done enough running in it. But I just got to make it. So it's coming, but it's going to be a little while. Zolt Lunch says, "I think you need employees for this amount of work. Where should I send my CV?" Yeah, I'm really trying not to have employees. I've had a small business before. I've had to lay off people before. It's fun to get people health insurance. That's always fun. When people have the security of a salary, that's fun. Having to let people go, that's not so fun. Figuring out all the taxes and the accounting, not that I do any of that, but having to respond to my accountant's angry emails that I'm not getting her the right information on time, that's not fun. So I'm trying not to have employees, ultimately. Martha says, "I watched the Budapest video today on the treadmill. Brought me back to being there on an orchestra tour, the food, the market, etc. That market, I really want to go back to the market. I feel like I did not do that market justice. I also, I didn't buy any paprika because buying food is hard in my household because we have food allergies, but I kind of wish that I had bought some stuff food-wise, and I do wish that I would have had a little bit more flexibility in my schedule so I could have eaten more local food or explored more food. I felt like I ate super touristy in Budapest. I felt like I had pizza the whole time. And then we had Greek food once, which I always feel like I like Greek food, but I feel like there's really good Greek food in Chicago. And until I go to Greece, I feel like Budapest is a weird place to have Greek food, I thought. but it was tasty. It was nice. All right. Let's see what else we got here in the chat. Let's see. Go Running with Oliver says, good luck to anyone doing tunnel vision or Cottonwood this weekend. Last weekend to BQ for 2024. Ooh, good call. Is it the last weekend? Good luck, guys. Tunnel vision is fun. I don't think I've done tunnel vision. I think I've done light at the end of the tunnel. It's the same course, right? Just different race companies. I'm not sure. Frank says, what the heck are you talking about? You couldn't run 5 miles at my goal marathon pace. Chicago's in 4 weeks. Yeah, I'm not going to run Chicago. I think I'm going to spectate Chicago. I just haven't been able to train very well with all the travel. And that's not the only reason. I have been taking it easy on the training because I decided a long time ago, probably 2 months ago, that even though I have a bib for Chicago, I don't think I'm going to run it. I'm going to run around and basically I'm going to chase Emma Bates and Emily Sisson around the course and see how they do, because I'm really fascinated in both that story and also the OTQ Chasers story. I feel like the American field is going to be stacked because everyone's going to want to run flat and fast. I guess the women don't have to anymore because they've unlocked gold label status for the trials for the women. But I think the men are going to have to chase some fast times, and so I feel like that's going to be an interesting story. Plus, just the OTQ Chasers, period, like Megan Murray. So I'm like, there's a lot of stories that I want to chase, that I want to follow around the course, and yeah, it'll be interesting to do that. So I'll be spectating Chicago, spectating New York, spectating CIM. And then my next big race will be, I keep talking about it, but I need to sign up. I'm going to sign up today. Houston Half Marathon. So that'll be my next race. All right. Mark says, speaking of Emma Bates, I may be going to be running with Emma's brother-in-law. My friend, her sister, is in town for the weekend. All right, well, have fun. That should be fun. Yeah, cool. I always kind of forget what your connection is there. So your friend is her sister, and she's in town. Okay. All right. Calvin says, is Emma Bates maybe debuting the Metaspeed Sky 3? I have no information, but just thinking about it, if she's trying to set an American record, do those shoes have to be World Athletics certified? Or do they just have to follow? I think they'd probably have to follow USATF rules, but I think USATF rules adopt World Athletics shoe guidelines, so I'm not sure. Tails de Melota says, are there going to be Kofuzi Run Club singlets for New York? I have to double check. Maybe. It's going to be close. Maybe I'll just bring a bunch to New York and we could figure out a time. I don't know how to do it in a way that's not super sketchy, like me just sitting on a corner with a fold-up table selling singlets. But maybe we could figure out a way that I can meet you guys somewhere and give you guys your singlets if I have them in time. I got to double check. I got an email with a rough estimate on the time. Chicago's not going to happen. I think more likely is going to be CIM. So Daniel Burton says, Kofuzi, what time are you shooting for in Houston? I don't have a time yet. I haven't even started training yet. So I'd like to, over the next month, focus on some shorter, faster stuff. Kind of like Rory talked about in my interview with him. He wants to do some 5K work before he makes his next marathon PR attempt. I think I need to kind of do something similar. I would like to update my half marathon PR, which I think is like a 126.40 something, 126 high. And so I'd like to get under 125. I don't know. Marlon Gaspar says, speaking of Boston, any tips of hotels or accommodations for the marathon? My tip is be prepared to spend a lot. And I do think that it is worth it to pay extra for a hotel that's close to the action, like near Newbury Street and where the race starts and finishes. Not starts, but finishes. Just because, like, for me, like, at least for me, You know, I'm not like going into the expo once and then leaving. I was like going to the expo. I was going to shakeouts. I was going to pop ups. I was going to all these different activities. So I kept going back to the same place. And if it was far, either meant I had to kind of like figure out a place to hang out when everything is really busy for a couple hours, or I had to like walk a lot. So I think it's worth it to get lodging close by, but it could be different for you. A lot of people did Airbnbs like over in Cambridge on the other side of the river, I think, like where Puma is. And that worked out really well for a lot of other people. So it just depends. Calvin says, surely Rabbit will be at New York City so you could do a Kafuzi Run Club meet and greet. Do you think they would let us do something out of their booth? That would just take up a lot of space, but it would also drive a lot of people to the booth. Do they have a booth? Do they have, I don't know, I forget. Did they have a booth in New York last year? I could talk to them. Mark says, I kind of stayed Northwest in Cambridge last year. It wasn't as much money, but I walked too much. Yeah, see, that's the thing. It's like, do you really like how much do you want to fight like the transportation stuff? You know, for me, that stuff drives me crazy. I hate taking Ubers. I really don't like scooters. I know Boston has bike share. I like bike share. But it always stresses me out. So I like to be walkable, you know. Isaiah says, Isaiah, is that a different spelling of Isaiah, or am I saying that wrong? Or am I having a dyslexic moment? I don't know. Out of towners definitely want to stay as close to the finish line as possible. Downtown is like a 20-minute walk from there. Yeah. Yeah. Last year it was cold and I stayed at the Intercontinental, and that was a far walk. It was such a cold walk on the way back. I was freezing. I ran into Matt B from Florida. He was also freezing, but he was going to the train, like the bus station or something, train station. He had even further to go. As I said, it's a different spelling, same name. Okay, there you go. I was just looking at funny. At my daughter's school, there's a sign. You know how sometimes people put like those signs that you could put in the ground? Sometimes they're like political signs. Sometimes there's a sign for like roofing done by Expert Roofing Co., you know, things like that. There's one on the school property. It's in bright yellow with black letters, and it says dyslexia tutor and has a phone number on the bottom. And I just feel like anyone that needs that is probably not going to be able to get that information down correctly as they're driving by. I don't know. Every time I look at it, I have to be like, "Oh, wait, am I dyslexic? The letters look weird." It just freaks me out. I don't think it's the black and yellow. I don't know. It just weirds me out. And here's the other thing that's weird about it. I feel like the area code that's on that dyslexia tutor sign is an Iowa number, which is weird because we're like 100 miles. Yeah, we're like over 100 miles. We're like 150 miles from Iowa border, which is not that unusual. But it's like that area code is familiar to me because my in-laws are from there. But it was just weird to see that in Crystal Lake. But I don't know. All right. Go Running with Oliver says, I think if Co hits sub 125 in Houston, that'll New York City qualify him. Oh, really? Also, wait, what year is this? 2023? How old do I turn this year? Oh, okay. This is my last year in this age group. Next year, I'll be in a different age group. So, yeah, that'll help me get into races too. Cobalt Blue says the dyslexia tutor should have a QR code. Fully agree. Fully agree. Calvin Hong says there's a sign near my hometown that says please turn on headlights at night, but like if you didn't have them on at night, you wouldn't see the sign. That's interesting. Runner Will says they spelled that sign wrong on purpose to make you doubt it. That'd be brilliant. That'd be brilliant. I think it'd be funny if it was like dyslexia tutor phone number real big on it with dyslexia spelled intentionally wrong. And then like also on the bottom in very, very small font, if it said like, and business consulting, that'd be funny. That'd be very funny. Martha says, getting to the new age group is always thumbs up. No, I love it. It's like not the only. There are many benefits to aging, but it's the one thing that I look forward to. All right. Robert Krieger says, I ended up getting another pair of Primexes, but OG this time. I like them more than the Strung that I gave up on. Better fit, more stable, and less heel rub. I agree with you, Robert. I think you and I might be the only ones that like the regular Primex more than the Primex Strung in terms of fit. I just like that one better. Also, here's the other possibility. I'm not sure. I can't really tell. But it's possible there may have been some inline changes between the original and the Strung in terms of how they've tuned the foams, or even maybe like the batches of foam as they came through the factory. So there might be some differences in the responsiveness to it. I don't think that's the case, but it's possible. But I do think that I like the original more than the Strung. The Strung looks stunning, but the original I feel like is my more preferred Primex. Still haven't gotten mine yet. The number 2s yet, though. I don't know. Mark Peterson says, LOL, they tuned the Strung? Okay, maybe. All right. I think it's time to get to the box. Let's do this runner box. From therunnerbox.com. This is not, I don't think it's a holiday specific version, but I do think that companies like this, their big push is for the holiday season. So something to keep in mind. Let's see what we got in here. Look at this. This is nice. Fuel your phenomenal. And then look, they've got a box with a headband and sunglasses, drinking a juice box while standing on a barbell. It's a lot happening in one little sticker. Got some papers. It looks like there's a QR code in there so you can figure out everything that's all in there. But let's see. This is a full box. It looks pretty. A lot of stuff in here. It's heavy. Heavier than it looked. First thing that we got in here is Extreme Element Muscle Gel. Cool blue. Guessing this is like maybe like a Ben Gay kind of thing. This is for... It says apply liberally after, during, or before workouts, or whenever fun times are had. You could do it very often before hiking, workouts, or everyday activities. Avoid eyes and mucous membranes. Wash your hands after application. It's vegan and cruelty-free. Well, that's nice. I always feel like products like this that you're rubbing topically on your skin, I also feel like should go out of their way to be like Safe Sport certified or have some sort of indication that they care about potential cross-contamination. It always makes me nervous if I were a pro athlete. That's something I'd be concerned about. All right, next is, I like this. One of those mixer bottles. I'm going to bring this to the gym, and people are going to think that I know what I'm doing. But inside is a Evolve plant-based protein shake. Like that, 20 grams of plant-based protein, 10 grams of fiber. Oh boy, drink this at home. And then it's got a shake mixer with a little ball in there. And then get on there. And then it makes that spray paint sound, which I do like the sound of it. I always find it annoying when people are doing this with their drinks. Now I'm going to be that guy. But it's a logo bottle, so that's nice. Daniel Burton says, how much is a box? I don't know. I didn't ask. Mark Peterson says, it's so true. Gym and shaker bottles go hand in hand. Yeah, you know, that being said, I have not seen a single person at the YMCA where I go to lift. I've not seen a single person with a shaker bottle. So that's just, I don't know. Maybe I'm carrying over some stereotypes. All right, next in the box, we got Expand Never Tie Shoelaces. It's kind of like Speed. Oh, these are ones that like you tuck them on the inside of your shoe and then it looks clean and then you won't see the laces again. I'm not sure that this is great for runners because it says turn any shoe into a slip-on. I don't know. I could see me using this on some casual shoes, but it's nice that they got that in there. And there's a bunch of these. These are primed Life S Fuels. Primed Life S Fuels. And I'm not sure what these are for. I'm not familiar with this, but they're for going longer. That's what it says on the back here. What is this? It contains. Is this an ingredient list? I don't know how like these things kind of. I guess I don't know if you dry scoop this or what. Not a lot of labeling on here. It says not for individual sale. I'm guessing more information would be on the bigger box. But in terms of contains, the first thing in here is taurine, then natural flavors. So it's just stimulants, citric acid, acetyl-L-carnitine, malic acid, monk fruit extract, silica. Silica? Is that the stuff that you're not supposed to eat? Green tea. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to eat this. But let me know if you've tried this before. I'm not into the carnitine. Taurine's fine. Silica, I don't know. I don't know. Shannon says Ultra Dad was obsessed with S Fuel. I'll see what he says. I'll see what he says. All right. Next, we got a Picky Bar. Nice. I like Picky Bars. You know what's been nice? And this one says Lauren's Mega Nuts. That's funny. You know what's interesting about them is they got bought by Laird Superfoods, and whenever that happens, I always get concerned. When like a niche, very like fun and I'd say like empathetic type of food brand gets bought by a bigger one, things tend to not go well. But then again, they got bought by Laird Superfoods, so it's not like they got bought by like Mondelez. So I guess I'm not sure what I was expecting. I was always kind of like just cautiously, let's observe and see what happens. But this one's gluten free. I do wish that Picky Bars, especially with the fact that like Steph Bruce is one of their co-founders, and she has had such public struggles with food allergies. I wish that Picky Bars was more of a food allergy brand than it was just like a runner nutrition, like that kind of brand. I get they've made a decision to not do that, but kind of feel like it's a missed opportunity there. Because I'm always looking for peanut-free snacks for peanut allergy people in my family. The runners in my family, the runners that I love. But this one is Mega Nuts. Not just nut free, but the opposite, Mega Nuts. But I'll try that one. I can eat that stuff when my daughter's not around. We had some of these earlier already. Strawberry mallow crispy rice cakes. I had the chocolate one when I did the Manitou Incline. These are good. These are good trail snacks. I do like that as a trail snack. You're gonna need some water though. It makes you thirsty. All right, guys. Who said it? This is a box off to a rough start. I think you're kind of right. This one is lemon flavored ginger chews plus. Lemon ginger chews plus. I'm reading that right? I'm not dyslexic. Ginger chews plus. With enhanced with concentrated extract. I just really don't like ginger. Like, even in Korean food has a lot of ginger in it. When if I eat kimchi, I love kimchi, but like if I have it and there's like a bite of ginger in there, it's gross. It's like it's like you're eating plastic to me sometimes. But should we try this? Let's try this. I feel like we need to try this one. Oh, this is smaller than I was thinking. Big bag, small little. It's a ginger chew. Do I got to chew it? Lemon ginger chew. Oh, it's like a Tootsie Roll. This one got smushed. That's lemon and ginger. You know what? I don't hate this. It's kind of like eating a cough drop. It's exactly what I feel like I'm doing. I actually kind of like this because I do like cough drops. Oh, I'm getting the ginger now. Woo! Guys, I feel like I'm breathing fire. I need to wash this down. I need to wash it down with protein powder, protein shake. Oh, goodness. You know how, like, when you eat like a bunch of horseradish or wasabi, it's not spicy on the front of your tongue, but it's spicy in the back, and it feels like your brain is getting washed with like capsaicin, right? I feel like it's just all coming up through the palate and through the sinuses. Goodness. That was actually kind of exciting, guys. I might like this. I might like this. I don't know. My eyes are watering. Daniel Burns says, "Are you okay?" I think so. I think I'm going to be all right. Whew. Ah, it's strong. It's in here. It's in here. Merrick Merriman says, "Ride the ginger cobra," a quote from David Goggins. Oh my goodness! All right, we got three other things in here. Oh, this one looks nice. Embark coffee, maple energy, maple syrup, and coffee. Is this just a drink? It feels like it might just be a drink. Ingredients: organic maple syrup, organic coffee, sea salt, and green tea extract for caffeine. Just coffee in a bag. I like this. I feel like here we go. For my next long trail adventure, scratch and this. And then, like, I feel like I will pack this. If I ever do a long ultra race, I'll pack some of these, like ICE, in case of emergency. If I'm like delirious and falling asleep in the middle of a trail in the middle of the night, I'll just eat one and boom, I'll be on my feet. I'm really excited for this one. This Embark stuff, I'm excited for this. It feels like it is thick though. It doesn't feel like it's just going to be drinking coffee. Like coffee paste. I don't know. I think we need to eat this one. It smells like coffee and maple syrup. Yeah, it's thick. It's like a Unived. A little bit thinner than a Unived. You guys remember Unived? It's like cough syrup consistency, but it doesn't taste like cough syrup. It's just coffee with a little bit of maple syrup. Yeah. It's more of the consistency of maple syrup than it is coffee. It's good. It washes down. The thing is that ginger chew, like any gummy kind of or Tootsie Roll thing, I got a chunk of it in my teeth. And every time I try to get at it, it releases another hit of ginger. That's good. That's good. I like that stuff. I feel like I would take this camping. I don't go camping, but if I did, I might bring these. I would also be pretty upset if I had to go camping and that wasn't real coffee. But this I could run with that. Next thing is this Noka. You got Hoka, Roka, and now Noka. Superfood smoothie, mango, coconut, and prebiotic fiber, plant protein, flax, and camu. Wasn't I just saying, guys? I feel like I'm low on camu in my diet. But yeah, this I think would be nice. I could have used this yesterday. we got a late start heading out to the cross country meet, and we were all snacking in the car. That would have been nice to have. Last thing that's in here, Holos Organic Overnight Muesli. Is this basically oatmeal? It's got beet powder in it. Rich in fiber. Look at this. This is how they show you that it's rich in fiber. Just a gut. And it's sugar conscious. Okay. First ingredient, rolled oats. Second ingredient, sprouted brown rice. Sprouted brown rice protein powder. And then chia seeds. And goji berries. Okay. It says, before bed, pour your pack of Holos in a glass jar. Add 200 mils of your favorite milk. Less milk equals thicker, and more milk equals creamier. Shake well, refrigerate, and let the magic soak overnight. And then it's ready when you wake up. Stir well, add fruit, yogurt, maple syrup, or eat plain. Okay. I'll try this. I'll get this set up. We'll try it on Monday. I'll probably forget on Monday. We'll try it on Tuesday. Okay. Try that. And then, I don't know what these are. Oh, these are just coupons for this stuff. The Embark. So. Okay, cool. That's what was in the box. I think we definitely need to rate that one. Cosmic Pineapple Michael says muesli is Swiss oatmeal. Okay, oatmeal. Got it. Yeah, I'd say that box is. I do like having the shaker bottle, so I'm gonna give that box a B+. I don't know about this S Fuels. The Ginger Chews, I feel like I lost a bet having to eat that. But I do like the shaker bottle, and I like the coffee. I'm going to like this protein drink and the Picky Bar. So I think a B+. B+. All right. Cobalt Blue says, I recently went backpacking, overnight hiking, and camping. Thank you for defining that for me, because I didn't get that. Cobalt Blue says, my friend had a camping stove to heat water and used instant coffee. I will take any coffee if I'm camping. I've only camped like a handful of times in my life, but like that morning chill to have any kind of coffee there is so delicious. That I really like, and I'd be very happy for instant coffee. For a while, I think it's because I was getting ready for the Hut Run Hut trip. My Instagram and my YouTube shorts were showing me all sorts of weird like survival hacks and stuff like that. And one was you can just pour your coffee grounds directly into your boiling water and boil it all together to brew the coffee. And then after a while, you take like a cup of cold water and dump that into the hot boiling water, and that pulls all the grounds down, and then you could pour off the coffee. Because, I don't know, thermodynamics. I wouldn't trust that, personally. But it looked pretty cool on the internet, you know? Martha says, everything tastes great on hiking camping trips. That's true. That's very true. Girl Running with Live says, what's the best spot to have a beer post Chicago Marathon? In the post race area. There's that area in the park after you get through. So you could slam a beer on your way out after you finish the race, because Goose Island has a bunch of beers there for you. Then when you leave, you meet up with your family. There's a Goose Island like beer garden. That's where I usually go. The number one spot is if you did VIP ticket, because then you have separate gear check, separate bathrooms, and breakfast beforehand, and then you come back afterwards, and then there's food and beer afterwards. That's the number one spot. Number two spot is then in the beer garden. That's where I usually like to go after the race. That's a nice spot. Last year I was there for like 4 hours. No one ever goes there, so the lines are always short. It's really nice. I highly recommend. Yeah. After that, I would say I try to get away from downtown personally, because I'm a local. So I would just come back up to my neighborhood And by my neighborhood, by the time I'm done with the race, where I lived was mile like 6 through 8 of the course. So by then, the race is like already cleared out by the time I'm done. And so I could just go to all my normal restaurants in Lakeview where I lived. And that's where I would just go and just drink all day. Mark says the park after Chicago 2021 is where I met Co for the first time. It is? I thought we met in New York. We didn't meet in New York at the Shakeout? Was that the second time I met you? Oh, interesting. Dave says, catching live for the first time in a while. Good to see you again, Dave. I remember the Norwals. Hopefully I'll make the Shakeout run in Chicago. Excited. Yeah, I will post the link in the live stream first and then in the Kofuzi Run Club whenever I have the link available so that you guys can get it. Okay. And then Mark says New York was a month later. Oh, okay. Was it? Oh, all right. Cool. Ronald Will says the Goose Island Shandy was the best I ever had. Yeah, I just like the 312 beer, or they make the 26.2 beer, which I think is just their 312. But it's good beer. Although they say that's a different recipe than their regular 312 beers. I don't remember. CS says, I'll be in Chicago for business, but leaving the Friday before the marathon. Any cool running or marathon things going on Friday? Yes. I'm still finalizing details, but I'm trying to work on a meetup. So like just a meet and greet. No running, but like hanging out. So hopefully I have an email sitting in my inbox. I'm procrastinating on it because I'm trying to finish UTMB stuff before I get to Chicago stuff, but there's probably some follow-up information in there. We'll see. But yeah. So there will be stuff on Friday. Hopefully. That's the plan. All right. All right. I think that's going to be a good place to leave it for today. I'm going to try and get that. I know I don't like to publish videos in the afternoon, but I just want to get this UTMB video out, and it's super fun. And I feel like it could be good Friday evening watching for those of you who want to watch something on the treadmill, maybe, or a little bit after dinner. Put it on as you're cleaning up afterwards, after you made dinner. That might be nice. Or for your long run on the treadmill tomorrow morning. Could be fun. So I'll try to get that out. Hopefully, I don't know. YouTube, sometimes it processes the videos faster than others. Lately, it's been processing quickly. So hopefully it'll be up pretty soon, in a couple hours maybe, because I have to finish reviewing it and then publishing, uploading, all that stuff. So hopefully it'll be soon. Yeah, and then the next time I see you guys will be Monday. So same time as today, 1 p.m. Central Time. Hopefully I see you then. We'll do more unboxings. In the meantime, be safe out there, everybody. Have good long runs this weekend.